Hi guys, so I know it's been a while. I broke my computer, so you might see me looking this way because I can't see myself because I broke everything I own. Okay, so a little update. I'm still on the Wahls Paleo. Hold on. Yes, I'm still on this diet. It's been a few months. I got off of it because I wasn't seeing a lot of results, and it was a really hard diet. But I got off those herbs, I got off a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to reintroduce the diet. And this is what we have now. It turns out it fixed my copper issue. I don't know if you can see this. See the copper? 94, which is like hella high for me. So, it fixed my copper deficiency, and I wanted to tell you, it fixed my reverse T3 issue without med. So I was on T3, but that kind of got flaky. When you take Cytomel for a reverse T3 issue, you kind of have to worry because your thyroid compensates, and then it produces less T3, and then you just have to take more T3. It's kind of like this vicious cycle. I still thought more clearly on Cytomel than I do on this diet, but my numbers have gone up, so maybe it's only a matter of time, I don't know. Your reverse T3 ratio should be above 20, so if you look here, I did all the calculations. They're out of order, so this is the last one is the first time I got tested. I was at a 15.5. I was really, really sick, living with molds, just fucking really sick, getting fevers. I think I coughed up blood a few times. Like, it was bad. It was pretty bad. Then I got it done again a few years later. See here, it was at 18.6. This is not living with mold. You know, I always ate gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, so it's really nothing to do with any of those things. But if you look here, this is after I started the diet. Not only did my copper go up to normal levels, but my ratio, my reverse T3 ratio went above 20, and this is the first time I think ever for me. Well, I mean, since being tested anyway. So that was like crazy, crazy good news. Very happy about that. Some of you have asked me how I do the Wahls Paleo diet with chronic fatigue, because it's no easy task. It is not easy to do anything with chronic fatigue. So let me tell you, initially it was too hard for me to keep up because I was actually cooking all the greens, and it was just like a lot to keep up with. Then I wised up. And although I can't follow the Wahls protocol to a T because she cycles her greens and she does fasting and stuff like that, and that fasting really wasn't. It was not good for me. Like, my blood sugar would crash, and then the next day I would be worse, and it just wasn't. Not my body didn't like it, so I stopped fasting. And I stopped cooking all my greens and started eating raw greens, which really helped. So what I would do is I'd buy this. I'm still working with chronic fatigue. I'm a 5 on the learner scale. So if any of you, some of you aren't working, I understand that. If you are working, this is my little chronic fatigue Wahls Paleo hack that I've done. I just buy one of these for the week for work. And I leave a few things at work. I'll send you a picture. And so I buy one of these, and then each week I'll bring something new in. Like, this week I brought cilantro and mushrooms in. And maybe next week I'll bring in, I don't know, dill or something. And I have, like you saw, I have the freeze-dried onions. I put seaweed in it, Sometimes I'll just eat like a bag of seaweed. It's really high in sodium, which is good for some of us. Or you could just sprinkle these. I'll send you the link to the brand I'm using. Anyway, really good. There are so many minerals in the seaweed that I didn't need to keep taking my multi-mineral. So that's hella good. And also my copper is even now, like everything's really coming together, but what I will tell you, unfortunately, is it did nothing for fatigue, and it still has not done anything for fatigue. Why do you look so amazing, you ask? Bam! I am back on Desmopressin. I feel hella good in this. It is a nasal spray. They also come in tablets. I've never tried the tablet, but I can barely find a doctor that even knows what the hell I'm talking about when I say this. So, the neuroendocrinologist gave me this, and I feel hella good on this. So, what I will tell you is this is not the reason my copper and my reverse T3 got better, because I had those tested before I was on purpose. I tested them to make sure that it was diet only, and it was diet only that was fixing that. And possibly, you know, the lack of mold in my apartment, hopefully. This I feel so good on. I can't even tell you. I've been taking a shower every day, which sounds like stupid, but you have no idea. I mean, I'm sure you guys actually do have an idea. Even after work, usually my feet are swollen from just being upright for 8 hours. Like, swollen. Like, my legs are swollen, my feet are, like, my whole body just shits out because I have POTS. And, like, there are a lot of ways of working with that. Magnesium, water, no sugar, you know, like, tiptoeing around all of it. But this fixes all of that for me. And it made me pretty sick in the beginning, like most meds do. But, started regulating it. I'm not taking it as often as I was initially, 3 times a day. I'm only taking it once a day now, but we'll see if I need more. But guys, it's like, it's changed my life. It gives you dreams. I just can't say enough good things about that. What it does do, which is why you have to worry, which is why you definitely need a doctor monitoring you, is it drops your sodium. It drops my sodium. It raises my potassium, which is good because a lot of times I'm really low on potassium. I mean, like, low. So it does fix that. It fixes my potassium, but it drops my sodium. So another reason why I like eating the seaweed is because it's really high in sodium. It's pretty high in sodium. And all of these things it's high in. There's a chart. Let me see. Here we go. Bam! Here's your glorious chart. Bunch of crap. So you get this when you order from them. Really good products. Really, I can't say enough good things about it. I'm all about the seaweed. All about that life. So, did I even do this? Yeah. Also, I forgot to tell you guys. I buy an avocado. I'll buy like 4 avocados or 5 avocados for the week, and I'll put avocado in there and all the other stuff that you saw. And I can't believe I forgot all this. I cook meat. The only thing I really cook is meat before work. So I'll cook meat either before work or the day before or the weekend, and I'll save it all and then bring it to work, and then each day eat meat with my salad. Meat and avocado for the fat, so you're not starving. Where am I up to? Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about mold. Now, I saw a mold specialist. I shouldn't quote her that. I saw a mold specialist who really only worked with herbs, and I thought she worked with Shoemaker's Protocol, but she really didn't. So that was kind of a wash, kind of a waste. Integrative doctors, you really got to be careful. They say that they're mold experts, but nothing changed on any of their protocols, and I just got more and more tired, and herbs don't like me. Okay, so I bought a book, Shoemaker, and he's kind of rough around the edges. He's pretty hardcore, really, really opinionated, and pretty much like 80% of the book is just like him giving case trials, I guess, for stuff that he was suing people for. But anyway, the first half of the book was really awesome, and he really explained all my deficiencies on top of this hormone that I am missing. So I'm sold on anybody that actually knows about this hormone, because it's the only thing so far that's really given me energy besides magnesium, and like that's about it. So this is what he looks like. He's so hardcore. He has a lot of videos. A lot of people hate on him because they don't think mold is the problem, and I don't know yet. I really don't know. There's no specialist in my area that I know of. I thought I saw a specialist, but again, like I said, that really wasn't. She really didn't work with the hormones, and that's really my number one concern at this point, because they're making me feel amazing. So anyway, so some of the other tests that he recommends getting tested for, I also failed. Let me just make sure there's no social security number on this. Okay, so this is one of the other tests. It's VEGF. The doctor tested me for this, but I don't really think she knew why, because I failed it, and then she was like, I can't help you anymore. And that was a Lyme doctor who tested me for this thing. This was the integrative doctors, who I thought were mold specialists, but apparently, I mean, maybe they are, just not like whatever my issue is there. They don't check that. So C4A level is too high, and VEGF is too low. So found a mold specialist where 2 Shoemaker Protocol certified doctors work, and the second I saw the website, I was sold, because it fit not my symptoms. I don't go by symptoms, but it fit all of my blood work. I go by blood work now. I don't even go by symptoms. Like, you know, when doctors ask me for symptoms, I'm like, really? Just look at my blood work. Like, I don't need to get into details, because we could all have the same deficiency and all have different symptoms. So I don't even, I don't even bother with that. So yeah, so now there are 3 things, because we got the C4A, VEGF, and the ADH, which is that hormone that I showed you. Desmopressin is a synthetic version of that. So these are 3 tests that Dr. Shoemaker tests for, and he says that they're mold issues. Whether they're mold or not, since he's the only doctor that really seems to even know about these hormones, I booked an appointment with the doctors that do that are certified in his protocol in Montana. I'm in New Jersey, so this is gonna be a hell of a lot of money. It's $500 up front for the doctor's appointment, $2,000 for the testing, they said. But so I'm still kind of on the fence whether or not I want to blow all my money on this. But only the first appointment needs to be in person, they said, and the rest can be remote. So at least I won't be paying for a plane ticket out there all the time if I do decide to go down that road. These are all the tips I have for you right now. It's just kind of an update. I do feel really good, but it's 90% the hormone, and unfortunately, only 10% the Wahls Protocol. But if you have mental issues, mental clarity issues, brain fog, definitely try try it, because it did help somewhat with that. And if you have deficiencies, I mean, I don't know why filling my deficiencies doesn't make me feel better, but maybe it does take more time, because I've only been on this diet for 4 months this time, the second time around. So maybe plus the hormones, maybe something will kick into place after. Maybe I'll only need this hormone for a little bit, my body will start producing it. Anything could happen, but definitely try the diet, because I know it works for MS. Just unfortunately it hasn't worked for fatigue, for my personal chronic fatigue, but you never know. Okay, thanks.